I use my nanny who is free labour. She's 72. I pay her absolutely nothing. And I call it like the Indian sweatshop.
That's my favourite part about your Instagram, Nani.
She's so cute, isn't she? I think that pretty much sums us up, really. The best cards on the planet and a sweatshop.
Yeah.
This is setting a precedent for the rest of the podcast now. I'm already nearly crying.
Yeah, I just love it so much. So I do really, right. Firstly, let's talk about Nani.
Okay,
what's it like?
Nani.
What is it like working with Nani? Is it as hilarious as it looks on your Instagram? Because I just want to be a fly on the wall.
No, I want to kill her on a day-to-day basis. And I'm pretty sure she feels the same about me. Like, it's murderous. She's incredible. She's so loving. She moved to the UK when she was like, basically she got married at 17, had an arranged marriage to my granddad, married him, and then he was like, we're starting a new life in the UK. And like she only went to school till she was like 15, and then she had to like come all the way here, learn English, worked in a factory, and then my granddad started travel agents up, and so she worked there. Then my granddad was the mayor for a bit, and she ended up being the mayoress, which is nuts.
Wait,
and
what?
I know.
Gloss over that.
So like she's just like this really insane life, and like she's gone from being like this really sheltered like woman, and now she's like, so obviously when she first came she was quite traditional, whereas now like she watches all the soaps, she watches Home and Away, she watches Neighbours, she talks about them like they're her friends. She's like she finds the things on the cards funny, because we've got some rude cards, and I'll be like, why are you laughing, do you understand them? She's like, do you think I was born yesterday? Like, she's so sassy.
Oh my god,
so funny.
The Valentine's Day ones, when you were you're videoing it
outrageous. There was this one we sell, the worst one I think that it's one of our best sellers, is like True Love is Sleeping on the Wet Patch. I'm sorry too. And
it's okay.
It is what it is. And so then Nani opened it the first time, and I caught her laughing. I was like, what are you giggling at? She's like, I'm not born yesterday. And I was like, you're just a bit horrified. I was like, okay. And that was like the end of our discussions on the matter.
Oh, honestly, it's so funny, and I love like your Nani reactions, like when she reacts to the cards, and honestly, like Nani, she's like your mascot, isn't she? Also, I need to ask you, Nani for Employee of the Month. Did you create this?
Right, so
as a publicity stunt?
I absolutely wish. So every month I make myself Employee of the Month, because obviously I deserve it, and you know, I'm the only employee. So it was like a whole thing. Every month I'd be like, you know what, this month, who's it going to be? Ooh. And then obviously I'd started showing Nani on my stories, and people were like, why doesn't Nani get Employee of the Month? And I was like, does she work as hard as me though? No. And they would just kind of ask every so often, and I'd be like, no. And then one day I woke up, and there was, I think I must have said like, I'm going to do Employee of the Month again. And sorry, my voice. I drank too much last night. And so, I woke up, and then literally someone had made an Instagram account, I promise you it wasn't me, that said Nan for Employee of the Month. And then they just said Nan fan account, and it was like, we're for an army of people who believe that Nan should get what she deserves. Like we believe like she should get what she wants. Honestly, it was so good. It was really fun. They were really respectful, because I went to them in DMs and I was like, who are you? And they were like, I'm not going to tell you. And I was like, okay, but if you're going to do this, you have to be respectful at all times. Like, I need to know that you're not like a weirdo, because obviously it's my nanny. And when we established that it wasn't, I had a little meeting with my family to be like, are you guys okay with this? Because it's obviously an account that we don't know, like posting stuff. And then they were like, no, it's fine. So once I got like the all clear from the grandparents, I was like, live your life. But I went through my entire phone book, and it got really awkward, because I started like messaging people, because I did law at uni, and the person who I was talking to was talking about contract, and some of the terms that he was saying were like law terms. So I was like going through people I haven't spoken to in like 5 years, being like, hi, how have you been? By the way, you didn't like just make an account about my grandma. They're like, who are you? I don't even remember who you are. It was so mortifying. I'm just there, because you know when you're like, I just needed to know who it was. It was driving me absolutely nuts.
So do you still not know who it is? Or?
No, I do know who it is now. It's nobody, like, it's a customer basically. They're not even from the UK, which is crazy. They're a customer from when we had international orders on. They're really funny, but I promised that I wouldn't say who they are, so like no one would know who they are anyway. But so I don't like really chat to them much about it. They just do their thing.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It like brings
it
like an
does really
extra
crack me up.
layer to your business as well. Like I feel like if you had done that, that would have been a great move. But
would've
someone
been
did it for you,
genius.
and now you don't
was
have
even
to.
better.
Yeah,
Do you
now
know
you
what
don't
I
have
think-
to do it. So
Well, what
less
hit
work
me
for you.
about like running a business, well, yeah, exactly. But one of the things that really hit me was like I wanted to stop trying to build a business. Obviously, I want to build a business and I want to make a shitload, like loads of money. But I kind of realized like, oh, if I just build a community and I just put effort in, then it will just sort itself out. And so like when I switched to kind of like just focusing, because my Instagram didn't used to be very good, and then when I decided to start like just showing up and being myself and just like building a community, then like that stuff just took care of itself.
Oh yeah, and you really have done so well with building a community. Like your customers are all engaged, and I feel like because you're like the face of your brand, and there's such a buzz around your brand, everyone will always come back to you anyway, like no matter what.
I hope so. I
yeah.
really hope so. But like also it's just fun. It's like a lot more fun this way. And like I kind of talk, like, you know how you guys started this podcast, like, we're your Northern Besties, because you mean it, right? You can just tell that energy is like, that is just legit. You just talk and your friends and we have a chat. And that's kind of how I wanted like Cheeky Zebra to be. Like, you're just buying from your friend.
That's it as well. I find when you do build a community rather than sell, people buy into you rather than your products, which I think then if your products are amazing, they're like, oh, this is just
That's a bonus
as well.
Yeah. They're not going to buy if your products are crap regardless, but everyone and their dog has a card company at the moment. Like every year, like people have more and more card companies, and like, you know, people rip off our designs and like it just happens. And then I realised like the only way, but I don't even get upset because it's going to happen to everyone at a certain point. Like once your design's been there long enough, it is what it is. So then I'm like, oh, okay, the only thing that's going to differentiate us is like us.
Yeah,
and you can't replace that. Nobody can replicate that.
So you just got to lean into like, you know how everyone's like brand, and it can feel a bit wanky, but it's like, oh wait, no, that is the difference. That's literally the only way we're going to win is if we just make it as us as possible. So yeah, that's kind of. But do you guys find the same thing? Like that's what makes the difference?
Yeah, because like you said, there's so many card companies out there, and there's so many big corporate card companies out there, but the difference between you and them is you. They don't necessarily have a face. They have the money and the expertise, but who are you buying from? You don't actually know.
Yeah, who designed this card? I don't know.
Are they being paid fairly?
Yeah, Hallmark.
Well,
who
I'll
designed
be
this
honest.
card?
It's not like Nani's being paid fairly, guys. She's not being paid anything. Someone asked me once, she was like...
She's doing it out of the
win...
goodness of her heart.
She does it for love, it's vile. Someone goes to me and she was like, if you were £1 million business, would you pay Nani? I was like, no. God, like, why? No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Like, just, if she doesn't want money now, why should she get it then? Like, it makes no sense. Like, her position shouldn't change.
Well, yeah, that's true, actually. She didn't want it now.
Yeah, then she would just be being like a gold digging gran. You don't want that. No.
Nobody wants a gold digging gran. Wow.
No.
I agree.
She's like, honestly, she's so generous. It's nuts. The other day we went to London and we were just on the train and she was like, go get yourself a sandwich. I was like, I'll get it. She's like, no. When you're with me, you don't pay for anything. And then she gave me £20. I was like, how much do you think a sandwich is? How much do you think a sandwich
Well, you are in London.
That's what she goes. She goes, we are in London. I was like, do you want the change? She goes, no. She got really cross, and I just find her so funny. She's so generous, but so sweet, but just so mental. No, she's just adorable and savage. Like we were playing cards on the train, and she put down like an 8 of hearts or something, and she goes, oh look, Sasha, you don't have one of these. As in, like I don't have a heart. As in, like I'm soulless. And like
I love that.
She's so quick, and it just honestly, she just said it really loud in front of this packed train. We're just sitting there playing cards. She's like, ah, and I couldn't. She really, really kills me.
Oh my god, I love Nan. She's not with you now, is she?
No, she's not. I would have brought her on. I'm gonna go see her in a bit. I know. Literally no one cares about seeing me. We got somebody sent us some cookies for their small business, and I was like, because they'd been following us for a while, they just started a bakery business. So I was like, yeah, send it through and I'll share about it. And so she sent us some custom cookies, and I opened it live on Insta, and I was so excited, like, oh, this is the first time we've ever had anything, #influencer. And then I opened the cookie, and then I'm reading it out, and it said Nani for Employee of the Month. The way in which my face just went, what? I was like,
I love it.
That's so funny. Also, with obviously, we'll go into the fact that you went viral and now you're TikTok viral
we are
sensation,
TikTok famous.
very famous
I'm a
brand.
big deal. Yeah.
But when you did, I think it was last month's Employee of the Month. The picture of you with your heart sunglasses on, and then you wrote, "Not Nan. Did you go viral, hon?"
Yeah.
That literally, I laughed out loud. Yeah.
No, but
Just how you
legit, that's how I feel. Like,
You-
did she go viral?
yeah.
No.
No, I guess she didn't know. Maybe she will
No,
do one
no.
day, and then will she get?
Maybe
Employee
she
of the
will.
Month?
Maybe she'll get some sunglasses, and it depends how viral we go. Maybe she can get Employee of the Month. But I just
Maybe.
don't see her. Maybe, but the thing is, you can't give her everything, or she won't work hard.
Well, also,
Right,
she's
okay.
technically not an employee; she's a volunteer. So
Yeah, that's what she always says. So when she's like, I'm like, do you want to be Employee of the Month? She goes, I'm not employed by you anyway. I don't need your money. I'm like, no one's trying to give you money. It's okay. She's like, I do this because I want to. I could stop doing this tomorrow. I'm like, I know.
oh, bless her. Oh my god, I love her
Nani.
so
And
much.
so do
Thank
I.
you so much for sharing that. I think everyone's gonna love hearing that.